Also curious if we actually get an on-hit Varus, because you're playing into Ornn. It's a really tanky team for top esports, and one that, frankly, on-hit Varus could somewhat interact with. So I'm curious if the Braum actually indexes Viper to go on-hit.
6-9's tower, and that's going to reward him a decent little chunk of a gold lead.
Dragon's been started, but Shun's going to be here. They know it's been pulled out.
Half HP. Shun looking to approach. Throws out the Comet Spear.
It's
that was fully charged,
BLG.
but doesn't find a target.
Yeah.
They will smite it down, and BLG thinks better of participating in this skirmish. Doesn't have enough damage to kill off Knight, but does create a favorable trade for himself while he's still got members in the bottom river.
He's just doing that on timers. He's going to have it up for Grubs. Nio, though, does ding 6. Going to get Shun.
Yeah, but we're already Shockwave coming through onto Cream. Cream going to be taken very low. A flash in from Shun, but doesn't end up connecting the Comet Spear yet again. A flash in from Nio, but he's going to fall on down. Cream very low on HP as well. Fungyue can't even finish off the crash down in time. Cream doing his best, trying to pump out damage with the kunai, but he's going to fall down. And Viper able to clean up the rest on Yachi. 4 for 1 BLG. Be rocking it a little bit more once he is able to get on towards that rod of ages, but he's most of the way there.
Where's our cream of the crop gauge at? Right, is it still out of 3? Yeah, it's still out of 3. Okay, it's not looking great at the moment. As cream of the crop's not going well for him in the mid lane. It's not going well for top esports in the bottom lane either. As some of the LDL power here, Gordo, not paying off. That's an easy kill for BLG. Even that dragon that top esports was able to get, I feel like BLG were kind of posturing. Just because it would have denied CS away? Okay. Well, that's a freebie. Yeah.
Well done. Yeah, the Call of the Forge God can't clear out the wave in time. And in comes Grand Starfall to clean up another one. The solo lanes of BLG starting to run away with it. And these are the veteran players from top esports we were saying we needed to step up. Game number 1, not going their way.
Pantheon timer to take away that flash. And that ult trade that Cream had was just not it.
Yeah, they're just going to take this fight onto Fungyue, and he's going to fall down right off the bat. Public Execution connects on the backside, but the rest of the damage of BLG, it's just too much to handle. No chance of executing a carry for Cream, as he'll be curdled. 3 kills over to BLG as they claim themselves the map.
Like, you know what? This is Ultra Prime. We don't feel like this is going to be that close. Yeah, this is more not... As he is opening up almost full 2-level lead over Cream. Cream just picked up that wave, but it's pretty much a level and a half in Knight's favor. And no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, Knight's at over 10 CS per minute, of course, and is not showing any signs of slowing down. As you said there, he is just bullying the Assassin in the one-on-one and roll. It's on them to make a major mistake and let top esports back into this game. And so far, not looking like that's going to present itself, although Bin trying to get a little aggressive, has to flash away from the public execution. But that's both like ultimates on cooldown, and here comes the cavalry. Shun ulties in off the Grand Starfall, and they will be able to take down top lane turret.
I mean, Knight TP'd up here, and they can continue the push as Knight. As first one to learn, Jachi no flash.
Yeah, he's... Definitely don't get hit by the shockwave, and it looks like that's a lesson he's already taken to heart. But now without access to that summoner, going to just be all the more vulnerable for follow-up fights. This next dragon, in the eyes of BLG, top esports, having already gotten themselves 2. You know, this would be something to play for. They're going to try to jump on a Bin. He doesn't have access to the Dominus, but he does have access to a very powerful Knight coming to help him out on the flank. But still, it's basically a 4 versus 2. Bin falling lower and lower. They will finally be able to get Nio on top of him, but now here's an assassination attempt on towards the assassin herself. Cream falls below half HP, but will be able to hide out in the fog and get themselves out to safety.
That's actually Freak's fault. Yeah, Freak gave him 6, therefore Freak baited him in.
I'm with that. Yeah, that checks out
and Marksman's buffed. I mean, Freak's a Marksman main, guys. Marksman got buffed this patch. Like,
point is that it's not new, not that it's not deserved or needs to be more powerful, I think.
Yeah.
But,
you know.
I mean, inner turret, by the way, still worth a boatload of gold, about to fall down to BLG. They get themselves another 1,000 in the bank or so.
Inner turret does fall. 369 TPing to his own inner turret as BLG has knocked down this inner and is rotating to at least pressure the last one as Bin gets a plate for himself. Gonna maybe be going on Cream here as he's the same level as the enemy mid.
stepping on up, turret falling lower and lower, getting these bags of gold attached to each of the plates. Shun coming in on the side, finds a stun on a Cream. Cream down below half. Chains of Corruption goes wide. We're just chucking ultimates wherever on the BLG side this game. And yeah, starting off onto it, looks like they should be able to grab this one uncontested. Would be inadvisable for Top Esports to show up to this. And then, and only then, maybe we'll get to see an attempt at this early Baron. 10k gold lead. Doesn't get much better than this for BLG. FengYue trying to take the engage onto the opposing support, but On going to be able to absorb that without too much pressure. Now Shun showing on up with the stun. Will get the first kill of the fight. Cream exhausted. Flash forward from Shun, holding down the Akali. Follow-up stun from Bin. Cream going to be able to sneak his way away in time. Knight flashes forward. Can't find a shockwave target, but 369 left out
June's
to dry. Shun was able to hunt down Cream. Finally, he'll drop down to Yachi's damage, but Nayo up next on the menu, trying to fall back to the tower, but Knight will hunt him down, and Knight will claim another kill. 4 fall for Top Esports, and soon so will their base.
Who needs Baron endgame if you're BLG? Just, you know, drop all your ports, drop all your alts, and be just okay. As BLG, you know what? I think on one hand, this is the BLG that we're used to seeing. It's good to see them in the new year to really cover for that. I think it's more so on the two teammates that were playing with Kanavi for the past 2 years that needs to bring some of what Kanavi brought to that team and do so for Top Esports. It's just clear that that's missing from Top. The direction is missing. I know that this game got out of control early on, but oh, hold on.
Breaking out now. Shun still at pretty high HP thanks to the invulnerability. And here comes Bin on the flank. One falls down, and Cream trying to find an execution target, but nobody getting even remotely low enough for that to be a possibility. BLG clean up 3 once again. Do not lose a single body. And now it's time for the Baron, but it's after 25 minutes, Cubby. It very well may have forgotten about the respawn timer.
Well, Knight didn't forget about the enemy jungler, as Nayo is going to fall to that Orianna. And, I mean, kind of returning to what I was saying before. Like, again, guys, Top Esports, this is a team that ran through Kanavi.
As for those dragons, and they have been well and truly prevented from doing just that. Nayo can't find any angles to get into these fights, and now I just don't think they do enough damage, right? Even if they find the perfect engage, it's going to take somebody to half HP, and then they're going to be wiped before they can say much about it. Bin finds the stun onto Nayo. He tries to dangle out the public execution, but nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. Knight will take him down for his 5th kill of the game as the inhibitors start to fall, and here comes Grand Starfall. Shun isolates Cream, forces him back into the fountain. FengYue going to fall down tonight for an unofficial double kill in the extended trade. Jiachi throws down the curtains, but will not be able to make anybody drop away. It's going to be a clean fight from BLG. A fountain dive from Bin, looking for the clean ace, and BLG will find it as they close out game number 1.
So I was kind of expecting a different bot lane, just given that. With that said, having the Sivir move speed to play into a pretty short-range melee front line is quite good. Kanavi falling 0-2 to the Noodles, which is not exactly what we want as HL either. So, bad day for Top Esports and Top Esports alum alike, as that is a tower shot.
Bin trying to get away, gets interrupted by the pillar, and now he is in way too deep. Top Esports with a chance to pick up first blood, and they give it to 369. A sign of hope in the top lane, and maybe even some more as Knight under pressure in mid. FengYue making his way up there, ticks over to level 3, has the full kit available, and that's more than enough to beat on this squishy Ziggs. Interrupted as he gets thrown back by the satchel charge. Now Shun going to try to put that shoe on the other foot. Flash away by FengYue, and he will stay alive.
Bin took I'd say a riskier play to get out, and Nayo able to punish with 369.
And now back to the scene of the crime, but look at that stack up. Pillar plus charge from FengYue.
Nothing else to do on this side of the map, and FengYue was spotted. Whoa, he actually canceled his recall, and he's going to wait. They might go after 369, who is down flash ult.
Yeah, does not respect the potential for Shun to still be here, and he will drop down. Bin equalizes the kill score in the top lane.
Was nice for 369, did help him get out of the first look. And did buy him a dragon, so I do want to give Nayo some props. I feel like he responded well to that play.
And in this Mordekaiser lane. That said, Top Esports on top of the ball in terms of getting these grubs for themselves. Looks like they will be able to clean up all three. Shun not in position to show up here and try to contest any of them. And Viper takes a pretty big chunk in that bottom side as well from Jiachi.
Or anything. As you can do some damage with Nash's on Azir, as, oh, that is a Death Realm cast for 369 that does cancel the Q channel, but Shun is here again once this expires.
And no flash once he gets out this time. He's going to have to try to take a long walk back, but nowhere to go. They donate the kill to Knight off the Mega Inferno Bomb. And Cream is ahead in gold for right now, but funneling that gold over to the Ziggs definitely going to make life difficult. Nio going to pop the Subjugate on towards Bin. Seems to think he has an angle to chase this guy down. Flashes after him to chomp him again. And Nio will solo kill Bin in defense of the top lane tower.
Battle. I'm going to prefer the Ziggs and the Sivir later on.
Oh, showing up off the spellbook teleport. Jiachi nowhere to go. And Viper going to brawl with him. Jiachi flashes away, able to pick up Viper with the double up. Just waits too long. BLG can't make the play fast enough.
Get the trade kill. So that's going to hopefully help him get an earlier BT. Well played by Jiachi to get out of that scenario the best he could.
Jackie Love's vacation just got extended by 1 extra week. Jiachi showing up in the bottom lane here. Is 369 getting attacked in the top once again, and this guy just cannot catch a break. Knight going to get himself another.
This is one where...
Uh-oh.
All right, a little bit of a miscalc there. That's all right. They ran out of minions. But this is another part of why I'm a little bit cautiously... was kind of cautious about this Mordekaiser from 369 in this game, and do like how Knight has punished that pick.
They've got Prio in bot lane. Cream pushing in mid. They are well set up to be able to start this one off, and Shun looking in from the outside without clear vision on it. Now getting it spotted by that ward over the wall. Shun going to jump over, look to steal, throws down Supreme Display of Talent, snags the dragon, flashes away. Nio going to try to chase him down, can't get over the wall. Feng Yue and Cream, it's their job now. Shun going to be able to slip back over on the other side. Feng Yue slams him into the wall and will give that kill on over. Now Cream going to be able to shuffle back on, who will flash away over the wall himself. Nobody going to drop on the Top Esports side as Cream able to dance away from some further bouncing bombs.
The fight, or like around a Ziggs not being there, because Cream and Jiachi might be able to play out something cleaner. That said, 369 might be forced to ult here to get out of the dive.
Oh, doesn't manage
Never
to
mind.
channel Death Realm in time. He had Feng Yue en route, but just doesn't have the time, doesn't have the opportunity. And now Knight's about to execute another tower, although Rift Herald doing a lot of work in mid lane. Will pick up an outer for Jiachi, and will get plenty more gold into himself and Nio.
Yeah, I mean, 369 is just under siege from the Ziggs. I love how they're moving the Ziggs into the Mordekaiser lane. Mordekaiser struggles with wave clear, and it's great to see him do so again in Split 1 of 2016.
Nio subjugated Bin down here. It's come and gone already, and Bin is still looking plenty healthy. Although, looking at this attempt in the bottom side, Shun thought he had an angle onto Feng Yue and Jiachi, but it's going to be Jiachi who walks away with the kill. Mega Inferno Bomb does a boatload, though, and takes Feng Yue very, very low. But Jiachi strong enough with the Bloodthirster, keeps the fight going. Viper comes in from the bottom side. Viper now in a 1 versus 4 will finally be able to claim Jiachi's life. He also gets a bouncing bomb.
Through. Great combo from Knight, synergized here with On.
Already with a second dragon to their name during that exchange, and working towards stacking up that potential Hextech Soul.
Look, I think it's Top Esports right now. I would much rather fight 2 items than 3 items. 3 items, you're risking going up against an IE Sivir and a Deathcap Ziggs. I think fighting now on this 2-item spike, they're going to be a much happier team doing so than fighting 3. So that makes this next Dragon or a potential early Baron big for me. But meanwhile, 369, he's been set behind all game. That's going to continue here.
Yeah, he just throws out the Death Realm for a nice trade with the Scion, which, yeah, good for you, buddy, but you do fall down afterwards. Engage towards mid. Knight able to clean up a nice and easy kill onto the jungler off that knock-up from On. And more gold being funneled over towards Knight. Meanwhile, Jiachi getting collapsed on by the rest of the squad. Will trade back onto Viper once again. Makes it a 1-for-1.
For Scion, make sure they can farm the 3rd wave and quell the threat of the 1 turret that Top Esports were threatening in that one. So, oh, hold on. They might threaten Bin, though. TP coming in from Knight.
Yue and Cream combo to get that stun up against the Emperor's Divide, but Bin is so tanky. He's staying alive. Cream can't stay in range. On is in here to distract him, gets a nice double knockup, but he'll be focused down. He drops as well. And now in comes Shun trying to knock back in. Cream will isolate him and hand the kill to his mid laner, but Bin's got nowhere to go. He fails the flash, and it will be a 2-for-1 in favor of Top Esports.
Honestly, kind of a wild series. 369 probably going to fall after the Death Realm. What was that from Nio?
Oh,
goes straight to Viper.
Nearly able to take down Shun, but instead Nio arrives to the fight to be able to clean that up. TP coming in. This was Feng Yue off of the Summoner's Spellbook, but Nio's just taken so much damage from Knight. Knocked into the wall. Bullet time by Jiachi. Jiachi gets another. Viper steps up, finishes off Feng Yue. Trades back and forth all across the board. 13-13 on the scoreboard. Point here, Nio. Already making life tough for them with the pillar. Knight already used the satchel charge as well. He can't really get away from this. It's a stun into the wall. It's onto Shun, but Mega Inferno Bomb lands on a 3. Cream in the middle of nowhere. Spell Shield comes out from Viper, and Cream completely wastes the engage. Nio now left out to dry, focused down by the rest of BLG, and they get 3 in an instant.
I do not like how Cream played that fight. I think it was a great reaction flash by Knight, but Cream going in that early. Yeah, I feel like that's going to move down Cream to the crop. We can't play Torpedo Azir like that. Not in this season. As, okay, 369 is going to Death Realm Bin, but what happens afterwards?
He dies, Cubby. He dies. And let's see how that plays out. He flashes back away. Down he goes regardless. And BLG, you know, there's still 5 or 3 on the map.
I feel like that was the last chance for Top Esports. It's no longer a sole point. I think they get outscaled from here. Viper's going to have IE completed. Knight did have death cap for that fight. On sour there, Cream. I don't know what the attempt was as we tried to make that play. And him torpedoing himself in there through a line that I feel like you really cannot cross, that you have to fight on.
Still able to escape that potential collapse.
Oh my god, Knight's too good, man. Knight is too good. Oh, Cream
gets out of there.
Caught.
Yeah, Shun is here now too. Cream is going to fall down as well. Knight just hosed that play completely. And Feng Yue just going to try to escape from this with his life. Oh, On gets prevented from being able to get up against the wall there by a nicely placed pillar. But, oh boy, Cream is dead.
I find so much joy in just watching Knight really, like, oh, wait, On?
Oh, On turning this right back around,
That's
finds a two-man knockup. Is a little bit far away from the rest of the team. Bullet time going to be opened up. Doesn't land mostly onto the cow, though, and Feng Yue is going to be the one who falls the lowest. Jiachi is slowed down. Bin finds the knockup, and Bin finds Jiachi. Close out this game the way that he has thus far, and
I will
each
say,
and every
Gordo,
one of them well-deserved.
I think that our broadcast voted Knight MVP twice and was not won by him in split 2 or 3, as that's a dead poppy.
And they're about to clean themselves up a soul point of their own. Top Esports' ability to contest this, pre-hosed by that earlier pick in mid.
Will be a reset advantage going over to BLG, but Bin's alone top. On's rotating, going to find the Trundle.
Yeah, but who's gatching who here? Because Bin's just going to wander on down. Jiachi back at half HP. In the same instant, he comes right out of the base. Down it goes Feng Yue once again. 369 going to be the next focus. He flashes, but misses On, who's flashed back into the bush. Now he's getting deeper behind enemy lines inside the Death Realm. On going to punt him away, and out he comes. Down he goes. Knight going to be able to find that kill as Bin steps forward. No fear in his eyes as he knows he can tank whatever Top Esports can throw at him. Viper stepping forward with the boomerang blades. Finally wins a 1v1 with Jiachi. Knight going to be able to pick off Cream, and Top Esports crumble.
Answer decisive as game 1, but nonetheless, it seems like a dominant win here for BLG. A little bit more chaos, but still, BLG, I think, hands down, better team on the day. As Nio does not have a flash, does not have a way into the pit, and no hope at stealing the Baron here for Top Esports. BLG. Attack this Mordekaiser, one that, again, I feel like is very warranted in this draft. Mordekaiser should struggle against Ziggs. BLG has done a very good job of that.
Bin up in the front line. He finds Cream straight up, knocks him out of the shifting sands, and down he goes. Knight claims another life for himself.
we got out-handsed by On, and then we ate a decimating smash. I feel like Cream wants to go back to the fridge, as he's being fridged early in this one, Gordo. And BLG looking to take care of business on this push.
Bin walks up slowly and down smashes and finds Cream. Nowhere for him to go. And it's going to be Knight just continuing to rain hell on the rest of the top esports lineup as they desperately try to stay alive.
Yeah, that Zigzag damage is pretty big at this point. I think they're going to call it at that.
But he does have Knight chucking bombs away. Cream trying to come in on the flank, but spotted and marked by Viper. Bin now up here in the face of 3. Does take a fair bit of a chunk there. Jiachi, one who can actually deal damage to him, at least if exposed to him for a while. Mega Inferno Bomb finds Jiachi, though, and he's just got to stand still and hit minions to sustain through it. 369 gets blown up by Knight, and Shun finds the carries into the back line, isolates both Cream and Jiachi, and top Esports are hosed. A triple kill to Shun. BLG 5 for 0. Clean ace to close out this series.
BLG are ascending top esports. I would say that they're persevering. It's definitely not a state of nirvana, as things are on fire over there in the top esports camp. The vets are not helping the youngins be incorporated, as frankly, I think that I can see almost more problems from 369 and Cream.
But I'm very curious now to see what that bot lane has in store, because we talked so much about 2v2, maybe not so much, a little bit in favor of AL. It's really that team fighting aspect, you know, the carry in those fights.
But the Vi and the Kiana both can make their presence felt early on. First strike pop, additional 1 or 2 gold for that trade. 5! Never mind.
Look at that.
Incredible.
Money. Does mean, though, we're going to see a late contest over this.
Oh, no!
Kyle! Best support in the league, by the way.
Might lose out for
there.
that.
Now Vampire is going to take his card, and that will be Kyle going down first blood to JDG. Now Tarzan in some trouble. Things have gone awry for AL. He gets the double freeze there, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And meanwhile, Shanks watches his buddy go.
Taking these 5 versus 5, because whoever's going to stand in that front line is also going to get melted. And Ophelio say, oh dear.
Ooh, Vampire being paid back in kind here. Double CC chain comes through. AL are looking for their own blood. They're going to get the first one for themselves. They're trying to look for a little bit of a combo into Gala now. Gala's going to hit that ghost. He's in go mode right now. He's got the chakrams, but it's not going to be enough. Gala goes down to 2v2 in Hope's favor. A double kill to him. Now they're going to move forward onto Tarzan. That's going to be the pullback, and Tarzan and Hope need to back away as Honkyu was able to layer down some good damage. You do also have a little bit of a move from Shanks, but
and that's going to push the mid or the bot lane matchup quite nicely in their favor. Dragon will go down to JDG, and on the top side we saw Flash expended by Flandra, so he had to get out of dodge from Xiaoxiu there, who had a really good engage until level 6 comes through for Vampire. That's not so likely.
Oh, Vampire, you got to be careful. There could be a roam, and a Flash comes out. That'll be big money.
No Flash
for
on
AL, but Flandra, speaking of big money, he's going to go down big money to Xiaoxiu. That'll be the 2v1 kill. And that just means that JDG will take whole objectives here in the Dragon and the Grubs. As we do see the Dredge line going through onto Tarzan. They back away. Only got one of the Grubs down. Shanks is coming in. Shanks gets CC down, gets chained to hell, throws in the Emperor's Divide, but it doesn't matter. Junja has cleaned up a kill. We've gotten 2 down now. Honkyu gets his own onto Shanks, and this now means Tarzan has to retreat.
Question marks for anyone's legend and their ideas around fighting there. Shanks throws himself into the mix a bit in a 1v3, doesn't have any follow-up from his team as Kael's 1 HP.
And try to get out here, though, with the Weaver's Wall.
Yeah, and he's obviously got the telepassive to walk on terrain a lot faster, but going to be tricky for them to get in here. Kael threatening in that front line, and space taken by anyone's legend means that they are going to be able to secure this dragon. And
it was a fast play, but JDG aren't able to get much out of it. Now they're going to try to contest over the red buff, but Vampire has just walked himself into a saloon that nobody was asking him to walk into. It will mean the red goes over. Junja goes for the flash play. They got the cease and desist on Tarzan. Tarzan's getting low. Tarzan goes down. Honkyu goes over. 3-man knockup by Kael, and Shanks is just ripping them a new one. Shoved into the turret. Junja goes down, and Shanks goes on fire.
On the flip side of things, JDG trying to drive it home. Be a little bit easier here as they start up this Rift Herald, and Vampire's posturing aggressively around the front line.
Some vision coming down. AL's going to TP. I don't think they're going to make it into the fight enough for the Rift Herald. It's going to go down. AL pulled the trigger with the TP and don't really get anything for it now, but we are on second item spikes coming through here. We have the Black Cleaver, Sundered Sky there for Junjo. We have the all-in from Xiaoxiu, and we said this Cassante might be a little bit an issue. Flandre just can't do anything. He's being cooked by his own pineapple.
That's brutal to watch as Xiaoxiu Dragons just now spawned. There's no TP for Flandre to get back in there. That means JDG are going to secure this with no contest whatsoever. And everything's just going from bad to worse for AL. We take a look at some of those crucial pieces that we highlighted as Hope goes in.
Oh my god, that damage is insane.
Wow.
Doesn't want to step up into the turret, but you can see what that second item spike works, and especially with that extra damage, the true damage on the ultimate hits. It does a lot of work, and that's something I want to return to. While, yes, we're getting JDG diving, Flandre on the bot side, this is going to be rinse and repeat at this point. Really nicely played combo from the CFO duo coming over to the LPL, but it is a scaling comp from AL. So this advantage, this momentum is extremely needed from JDG's side.
Outside of Kyle, so it is all eyes on this support, and if he doesn't have the backline to back that up, then that's not good either, as Tarzan finds himself in trouble.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Welcome back to the Bouncy Castle. We'll take your ticket now, Tarzan, as Hope's trying to fire a little bit back. G finding and picking just the right fights.
Yeah, and at this stage in the game as well, I'd go with the majority of fights are the good fights here. We've got 2 items on Honkyu, and their ability to buy spaces.
Praise at this kid, but Honkyu has been a menace this game. He has landed so many crucial seismic shoves, burned so many flashes, and there, he'll pick up his 5th kill of the game.
I think for me here, JDG in the driver's seat, obviously with a 4K gold lead, but I think that, you know, Shanks may be one of those weaker points, but we're fighting now. Good flash from Gala.
Kyle. Oh no, he's on the wrong side of town here. Xiaoxiu is TP. They're going to get a late TP from Flandre as well. They're going to miss the supreme display of talent a little bit there, but they might be able to get Junjo on the other side of the fight.
Oh,
the
no!
all-out comes in on the Tarzan, and Tarzan, no! He gets locked down in the middle of his blast cone, and now they're going to move forward. Look at this AoE damage that Gala's doing. You said he wasn't involved. Well, he heard you, rude dude, and he wants to be involved. That's a double kill already for him. He's not going to find that next one, but they are just going to blow JDG, or at least AL, out of the water. And that's going to be a triple kill there for Gala into a Baron, into what is undoubtedly a Game 1 win for Jindal.
That was one of the best played team fights I have seen in a long time from JDG. They did everything correctly. They'll be rewarded with the Baron, they'll be rewarded with some plates up on that top side. But there are so many things about this replay that I cannot wait to highlight, because pretty much across the board, Threat and Hope is onto Threat as well. Everybody is just being pincered by every angle, and Junjia plays that fight exceptionally well, constantly buying space, constantly threatening as well.
I mean, I just watched Junjia mind control 5 people of anyone's legend right there. I mean, that was actually disgusting, and that needs to be on every highlight reel. He literally just made 5 people forget how to play League of Legends, and now maybe Honkyu going to get caught for a little bit of an overextension on the bot side. They did end up getting the Dragons, so they'll be sole point for them, and they're going to steal away the top side jungle from AL. Minions. Yeah, I think they will.
He tried to play with his HP bar and used that to sacrifice his protection for this tier 1, but good stuff from anyone's legend here. I'm very impressed that Junji is able to get out of that situation, get out of dodge, as it were. Now they find themselves taking this tier 2 turret down on the bot side, putting work in on that Baron. 30 gold per plate, plus the structure being demolished as well.
Really like some of the plays that we've seen from JDG. Now they got to bring it home, try to fight over Dragon.
Flash from Shanks already here. Honkyu with a great flick there, forces that one out, and the Dragon's already
It's
gone.
just gone. I mean, they try to get the supreme display of talent in there, and Tarzan immediately has to flash out. Another Moonlight Vigil goes wide. Honkyu goes into the thick of things by himself. Junja just kills Tarzan outright. You got to get that back line, though. Shanks is starting to tear him up. You got to be careful, though. Flandre tries to flash on Gala. Gala flashes away from Flandre and expertly slices him up with the chakrams. A double kill goes for Junta, and Shanks goes down, too. You thought they had something. You thought AL were gripping something from death, but death comes for them anyways, and that is in the face of JDG. Straight down the middle, straight down the bot side. No, they're going to go back for the Baron.
Yes, a couple of skill shots landing ultimately not the best, but JDG secure themselves another Baron. They will be looking to try and tear this game apart with it. We were
Fully
memeing about
ramped
it.
Yunara with Transcend oneself, with 3 items, and a Lord Doms did literally nothing to that champion.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
again,
insane.
we have to look at the fact that this Cassante was 4 levels up over said Yunara. And also has a lot of items in his back pocket, but Hope doesn't even tickle this guy. Like, it's going to take so long for him to try and get through the HP. Maybe the Infinity Edge will be the difference maker. Tarzan, though, finds Honku.
Oh, actually goes for a little quick play on a Honku. I do wonder if he has his Zanya's back up. I don't believe he does, or I think he would have popped it already. He's using that expert nice CC to get away from the team. And now Gala, his right-hand man, comes back and gets himself a double kill. And now we'll find them moving forward to that top side.
I mean, this is probably it, right? There's no frontline now for anyone's legend. Shank's forced away from his tier 2, tier 3 turret, and underneath the Nexus, Honku's fishing for them. Minions inbound. Shank's is going to fall to the Calibrum here. Thank you.
All right, well, strike number 1 in the Tabe Bowl goes to JDG and Tabe's new team. They look decisive as hell in this game, and it gave AL so many issues. So much tempo was lost in that early game, and AL didn't even look like a shadow of themselves.
Wall. Ryze and Varus are caught out. Wall. Immobile carries in this game are just going to have no fun whatsoever. Bard and Anivia thrive up against these immobile people. They're going to have to try to address. JDG are going to have so much success just constantly rinsing and repeating their way back into this mid lane and putting Shanks further and further behind, playing around this LCP import mid lane. You can see Honku zoning him away, trying to zone him off of experience. 1 Q lands and Shanks dies under the turret here.
Oh my god, he got him. He's dead.
There you go.
That's a solo bolo for that LCP transfer, Honku.
And that's just it, right? The Anivia versus Ryze is such a good matchup, and you can see there's an element of mastery here from Honku. He's playing the goated Anivia skin.
I see a cup of graphic about all the birds that Honku likes to play, and so far the birds working out for him. There's going to be the Realm Warp. They're going to try to collapse onto Gala. Gala's going to run back over to his team. Beautifully spell shields the charge from Tarzan. Now Honku is here. He's level 6. You got to be really careful about these walls. He's going to lay down the Tundra. I don't know, though. Gala is still waiting on the side here. Vampire tries to get away. Now the rest of AL going to try to collapse. They are split. They're going to get the flash play out of Tarzan. They're going to get the kill onto Junta here. Will get the Scuttle Crab in the end. Crescent Guard his way away for just a moment, but will eventually die to Shanks. At least they're not blind pick, but using it as a counter pick. Super, super strong, and Tabe's loving the weapons he has.
Having it in the pool, and this is why, I mean, he really enjoyed playing with Flandre as well, of players. But AL hitting this dragon now, first one to fall if it goes their way, but Junji is sniffing around.
Junja did take the time to take the grubs over there, so they did get the permanent. A beautiful use of the wall, plus the Crescent Guard. I don't know which one stopped it, but something did. Unfortunately, Vampire is going to fully miss.
Rod, Shanks is going for tier Rod as well, but Shanks, just in order to sustain this mid lane, has had to spend 1,000 gold on some shoes. That just isn't the same case for Honku.
Well, now he'll take the 3 grubs. And there goes that Rod of Ages, like you're saying. Although I will say Shanks is going to be right there behind it.
Per unit kills, so for this time being, every CS secured is a win.
What a last-second choice from Honku to back off to not get hit by the charge into the wall. And now he is going to get locked down on the back end of it. But he's got Junja coming with him. He's still got Egg. Gets out with his life here. Junja needs to be a little bit careful, but he's got the rest of the team coming. Tempered Fate is available as well. Tarzan going to queue it up, but can't end up getting that Keeper's Verdict through. Now the Egg will be popped. Honku gets stuck. Junja is just watching while his teammate is scrambled like a morning breakfast. And now JDG get caught by the Chains of Corruption on the back end, but won't be able to follow it up is AL. They have struck gold on the bot side, though.
In the LPL, very well done for him. Congratulations on reaching number 12 all time. And it will result in a dragon going their way as well, as Xiaoxu now on this top side looking for Flandre. Where Hope was like 1,000 gold up over Gala. Since then, now that gold lead is largely...
Keeper's Verdict. Oh, he got hit.
Moving away the jungler. Yoinkies, thank you.
Tarzan dodging out of the Tempter Fate 2. My goodness.
So down on this bot side, as now Flandre's going to be able to take that tier 1 turret back. It is going to come at the cost of a lot of plates for Xiaoxu on that top side. And
Junja is on the other side of the fight. Xiaoxu entering from the other side, the far side from everybody else. But now JDG, they're collapsing. It might be a fight over the scuttle. Xiaoxiu.
Start slowly. Here comes that poke, though. This is where you're favoring AL in these drawn-out fights.
Oh, Junja just tries to pull the trigger there. Doesn't really get anything with his Crescent Guard and does have to flash away after getting the 3-talent strike. Now Xiaoxiu is the focus. Junja, he tries to go in after Xiaoxiu, buys a little bit of time, but the Keeper's Verdict from Tarzan does wonders. And what did I tell you about this man's Poppy? It must be afraid of for JDG, and that might just be the Dragon number 3 going to anyone's legend.
It certainly should be here, as with no jungler in sight, no jungler on the Rift, it's anyone's legend putting themselves to Soul Point and Ocean Soul Point at that.
They absolutely do. From the draft, though, I was so skeptical about this Vampire Bard, and he has yet to really amaze me just yet. Now maybe he gets another catch, but Junja's already dead as he pops his Crescent Guard, and I think JDG are just going to fully lose this fight as well.
Let's try and take this Baron. Hongqiu going to try and walk in. He's got Vampire by his side. Xiaoxiu going to try and do the same thing, but I don't think they can get through the Scion in the time that the Baron's going to take to go down.
They're going to try, I guess. There's a Keeper Verdict kicking him
my
out
God!
immediately. He got so much damage there. Xiaoxiu is cutting him down here, but he does need to be a little careful with his health bar because now they're turning right back on him, and Hongqiu gets locked down as well. Flandra able to find an angle on him there. Hongqiu's going to try to run back over, still has the egg available. Meanwhile, this entire time, Junja was respawning, so that means no Baron for AL, and honestly, JDG, they live to fight another day.
That's a hero play from Xiaoxiu if I ever saw one. Thing to scoff at. We'll see whether or not he can lay down that poke at all.
We see the vision play here. AL going to try to enter all together. They are going to get caught as they enter, though. Who's going to win this battle? I think the poke is starting to win out. Beautiful flash from Junja, but Flandra is here. He's got that big shield from the TP. Xiaoxiu has found the angle on the Shanks, but Shanks going to get out with the Realm Warp. Now Flandra has to try to get out, uses the Unstoppable Onslaught to use a little bit of room, but Gala is starting to cut him up. He's just throwing daggers at him at this point, though. Flandra very, very tanky. Tarzan was looking for an angle, but Tarzan gets pushed out. A lot of this AoE damage really starting to sink as JDG going to look for it. Keeper Verdict comes out. He gets walled off. He can't do it. He goes for the flash. He doesn't get it. It's going to be the Dragon focus now. 50-50 between Junja and Tarzan, but JDG want to make sure it's not. Xiaoxiu going to pull Tarzan off of the fight. Junja realizes he needs to go in to help kill him. He gets one. He's going to look for a second on the Flandra. Can't do it. They do end up finding the cleanup, though, with the help of Xiaoxiu. Now Junja's going to find hope. He needs one more 3-talent strike, but can't do it. They've lost both junglers now. Hongqiu is still in the pit of the Dragon, though there's a lot of damage that can come through. Hope with a lot of poke. Hope looking for the egg kill. Almost gets a double there, but he gets popped by Anivia. And now the Dragon is the focus for JDG. Kyle trying to get something. Can he get the Mantra Q? It's not. He's going to run away. The Dragon goes over to JDG.
God, Mazel. It is chaos. It is carnage, but boy, for JDG, if it is not cathartic as all hell.
Tarzan tried to get the Keeper's Verdict. So tough to watch as they almost get caught out by the Tempered Fate there. Do use some fancy feet to get away from it. JDG, they're threatening now. This, but their timing and the time that's left in this game is not on their side. There's that TP, and it will be Xiaoxiu. He's going to use that big tanky shield as they lock down Flandra. He's going to go straight onto Shanks. Turn around. Look how much damage he does. Tempered Fate goes wide again. Come on, Vampire. As you see the Dragon reset there yet again. AL is now rebuffed. They are scared to step forward, and that Dragon is just going to go to JDG.
Yep, they stopped the recall of Flandra. He doesn't have TP to get back in anyway, and once again, it is a one fight for Jindong Gaming.
Just continuing that dance.
League of Legends has long been a game of inches, seconds, and small, minute amounts, and the things like a big shield being teleported in on is going to be pretty massive, and you know, in one of these team fights, it could very well be the difference maker as Hongqiu takes a big boatload of damage from the Kyle Hope bot lane duo. Posturing over this red buff again. How do AL ever walk in here?
Tarzan just going into the thick of things there. Another Tempered Fate's going to hit onto Junja. It got worse as he's going to balk a little bit of time here. There's a nice charge from Tarzan. They did. He still has his egg. He's got time. Realm Warp coming in now from Shanks on the other side of the fight. Keeper Verdict goes through. They can't get Gala out. Gala's stuck. I'm pretty sure that was a mess, like something happened there. He could not move that entire fight. He was stuck in the wall, and that will just be AL swiping that lead right away from JDG.
They've got 45-second death timers here, Len, and AL are not looking for the Baron. They're looking to do some serious structural damage. to JDG, and I mean, they're pinging the inhibitor at the minute. It looks like it's an inhib then out angle for anyone's legend. They know that the Baron is the key piece of the pie here that they need to get, and I'm glad to see that they've sort of turned their attention back up here. I actually think they could have gone for a little bit more. I think the Baron is, you know, very much a formality in this case. Tier 2 turret probably could have been taken. But instead, they're going to turn their attention up to this big purple world. Managed to do it successfully, and somehow JDG are the ones that are taking objectives at this stage as they find themselves a tier 2 turret on the top side. And you expect that to be traded with the Baron in their back pockets, but Honku now will channel his recall. Does have the Verdant Barrier in his back pocket, so has another layer of safety now being added on. A 1k HP shield from the Kaenic. And then there's the extra shields that are coming through from that TP as well. Now, Gala has BT, so any poke is going to get sustained up very easily. And this poke from Hope is starting to matter. But they found Xiaoshu.
Xiaoshu got completely caught here. He's locked down. He goes golden. Tempered Fate's going to buy a little bit of time. Really nice dodge from Xiaoshu. Meanwhile, though, the rest of his team just got baited in, and Vampire is gone. Shanks finds the kill on the Xiaoshu, and JDG are just getting caught with their hands down, and unfortunately not on their keys.
Steaming through the bot lane. The turret will fall, but versus Sivir and Ivia, probably never going to get access to the Nexus turrets here. So it's just going to be an inhibitor. They will resort back to that Ocean Soul, but if they spend too long here, this is going to give an opportunity for a respawn. Gala can come through.
The replay of how Xiaoshu got caught, but really big pick because he is kind of the trap door in a lot of these fights for JDG, and AL realized that.
Is go to Baron. Junji are forced to use this before his Q from Hope comes through. And that's just going to be Baron here.
Was that just one Q? Oh, it was the ult Q, so it was all 3 Blight stacks. Dang, that's a lot of damage. Gee.
This is, again, as much as we highlight the fact that this is, you know, the Sivir late game dream almost.
We see them pushing now. Flandra does get caught, but Gala gets chunked by Hope now. Tarzan going in for the fight here. Shanks is about half health now, but they're going to try to get Xiaoshu down. Xiaoshu's healing is crazy. He was invulnerable for a little bit. Crensigard's going to come out. A lot of damage coming through from Gala, but Honku is down. Hope found him, and another arrow strikes through the chest of JDG, piercing their hearts and piercing this game number 2. That is a massive performance from AL to come back in this game, to harness that power, and a triple kill comes through for Hope as the last signaling of this game too is upon us. Xiaoshu is going to re-get into the base and try to at least stave this off for a moment, but the turrets are not going to last very long. They're going to throw up the panda emotes, and we're going to move on to game 3.
Oh, we absolutely are, Mazel, and I started this game by saying that Varos versus Sivir was not going to be a linchpin of this game. Waiting on how well Vampire does, and if game 1 is anything to go by, that's amazing. If game 2 is anything to go by, you should be scared, because there are 2 different beasts thus far that we've seen when this guy plays his champions.
I don't want to toss things that early, at least. Honku, no mana, just gets massively traded. One more auto might have done it. Didn't get it in. Now Flandra is in trouble. Flash play from Junja. Beautifully done as he's trying to hunt down the monster in the top lane. But they've got a monster themselves. First blood for Xiaoshu. That was terrifying.
That's very funny. One of the counterplays that you have to Rek'Sai. Now 3v2 mid.
Oh, he tries to get the knock up there. Shanks tried to go through with the Spirit Rush. Now Flandra's got to be careful, though, as you do have the Arcane Storm being thrown through. Flandra needing an exit tool, but he can't. He's just going to burrow and try to heal up a little bit, but that's going to be another kill going to Xiaoshu on his Zahen, as JDG will come in and just say thank you for the leash.
And Honku not quite able to snipe a laser there onto Kael, but it will be the Dragon, you'd think, secured as double recalls are coming on through. Quick charm from Shanks here. He's going for the Veganari build, so he doesn't do any damage just yet.
They've started up the grubs, I believe, up there, so he'll get even more XP coming through.
Yeah, early game going very well for JDG. Do think that that is mandated, though. I mean, honestly, even if this game gets later, I don't know that JDG particularly falls off. I think Victor does very well. I think the state of Misfortune right now is that she's not going to be easy for the Kalista navigating these team fights later on, because Misfortune can just auto-attack you for a boatload of damage.
They had no idea Junjo was coming around the corner there, and they paid dearly for it. That's going to be 4 kills going early to JDG if they can finish off Kael. They'll have the bailout. They will leave him to die. Maybe Gala. Oh, Gala couldn't get in there. Junjo will get the kill. Flandra going to use his tunnels to make sure he can heal up a little bit. Does complete his quest there, so at least he's even in that regard. Also does have that Titanic Hydra completed. Maybe all in for this fight as Tarzan comes over. Flandra gets knocked up, and now they're going to try to chase. They're going to follow. He's got the dive, though, and Xiaoshu stays alive. He's got his passive up, too, and he's going for the kill. Get the flash! Xiaoshu is a beast, a monster, anything you could ask for, and he's playing Zahen like a pro.
And now they're going to dive on the bot side as well.
Oh
Hope
my
falls under the
God.
turret. 3-man band from JDG. They are finding success everywhere. Small edge. That being said, though, Junji steps up and he's the one hitting it.
All right, next Dragon's going to go over to JDG. AL back off. We have our first items throughout. We have that Bloodthirster completed with that kind of brawling, I guess, dueling. G. Both teams coming off of 2-1 losses to their respective opponents. AL against BLG. As Junja actually gets charmed under turret. Shank's doing a really nice job of sidestepping that engage. Now AL are in position to maybe collapse, but Xiaoshu's behind them. They're going to take the fight. Tarzan just goes straight for Gala. They go for the 3-man knockup. The hostile takeover coming over, but it's a little bit too late. No, is it enough? Junja survives for just a moment. Tarzan will end up claiming his life. Now Xiaoshu needs to be a little bit careful. He doesn't have the passive up. If he gets killed, he's going to go down. He does end up getting the stacks back up, and now he can feel confident to step forward. He's a little bit low, but now Hope goes down to Gala, who bounces a bullet off of his teammate, and that's going to be a big pickup for JDG.
That's a 1-for-1 here, so the perfect game over.
So far, they've been lining up. We'll be getting closer and closer to second items completed there. Rift Herald is up on the top side of the map. Dragon not for another tiered in them, but a couple of mistakes here or there. But this is a return to form from what we saw in that game number 1 as well. And in a little bit of a different style, right? More focused towards that bot lane. More focused toward this top side of the map as well.
And you know, we saw Honkyu getting the better of Shanks in the 1v1, but looking at that CS, it's largely even. This time round, Shanks being the one who... And 5 members of JDG looking to collapse on them. Xiaoshu on the flank here. Can AL find this and get out?
They are going to look for it. They got the Ren combo with the smite. They do get it. Now Vampire
God,
is just completely caught out. So much damage from Shanks and Flandra. Now Junja is backing off. JDG have lost a big chunk of their advantage.
Double flash engage. Misfortune and Callista, both champions that don't feel amazing as you move later on, unless you're MF and you're like super fed, but you can see Gala quite happy to stand and T-pose on AL in the solo laners.
All right, they're going to start it up now. It's getting a little bit quickly done. I don't think there's going to be much that JDG can do there. She's just leaving the Dragon. It's going to be a bit late, but maybe it's enough time for JDG to get in and do something. Junja just wants to force it. Immediately gets hostile takeover. He just wants to get in the pit. Goes in. Steals it! Junja steals the Baron. And now they got to take the fight, though. That convergence is doing some work. Vampire gets chased down by Flandra. That assassin bug is going to be enough, but Gala gets a return kill. And now it is so advantageous for JDG as they hunt down Hope. He's hopping and skipping, but he's hopping straight to an early grave here sooner rather than later.
Hold on, never mind.
Had Flandra come back from dead, it felt like.
Now the question is what happens for this Dragon. With Tarzan being dead, you have to imagine it's just forfeit and that JDG pushed themselves to Soul Point. But how on earth did they even steal that? Junjie, what a man!
Welcome back to the LPL King.
To do so, Flandra does a really good job at actually bailing out his marksman.
Vampire's dead to the pursuit of Flandra. Now they're going to go full ulties in. Shanks chasing him down too. Honkyu goes down. JDG have lost multiple members now. We need to be a little bit careful. Xiaoshu is looking for them. He does have the health bar reset as well. The GA going to be there. The knockup from Junja. Look at this Zahen go to town. He's about to go even harder now. Junja holding him down while they wait. There's more knockups to come too. There's the third. Tarzan getting chunked down. Here comes the quick deliverance from the skies. The Darken reigns supreme. A triple kill for Xiaoshu.
To end.
No, what is that damage?
In 20 seconds. But look at the damage he does, Mazel. Absolute carnage. But even still, let's not doubt the fact that this Jarvan was instrumental in that fight that we saw Junji, that we saw Xiaoshu even take over. Quick engage onto the Jarvan, though.
Oh, they're going to try to find him again. His GA is going to get popped here if he can't find a way out. Some healing came through there from the Sundered Sky, but not enough. There goes the charm, kind of counterplay with that quickness. Pop of Vampire's just getting locked down, and AL just sink their teeth into whoever's closest to them, and
flash
they're
forward
looking
from
for
Hope.
more here. Look at Xiaoxu though. Grim Deliverance gets the kill, at least with the help of Gala. Gala has staved off the darkness now. Flandre tried to get him, but he couldn't do it. Now Xiaoxu has his GA popped, or at least ready to go. Hope getting chased down by Honkyu, just gets him down with the help of Xiaoxu. Now Xiaoxu's going to turn back on the Flandre. They know where they need to go, and Honkyu knows exactly what his job is to take down Shanks. Going to lead him to Tarzan, but Tarzan comes and gets the knockup potentially here, but it's not enough. It's going to be so much damage from Shanks and Tarzan, and time again, they pull something back.
Okay, we're back to a 5 versus 5 now here, Mazel. TP into the mid lane from Honkyu. His transgressions forgiven as Tarzan forces the flash from Gala.
Tarzan overforced that one. The hostile taker comes through, but it's not enough. Look at the Arcane Storm. It's going to work now. Xiaoxu finds 1 kill already. He's got his GA ready to go too. Tarzan getting chased down now. Honkyu gonna kick the kill there, and they can't really follow up anymore, but they will go back for the soul, and that's the whole reason they showed up.
That's all they wanted from this. The kills are an extra bonus, and it's all off the back of Honkyu once again. This time round in game number 3, he's the one who steps up. Xiaoxu 11 kills on the Zahen, but it's the victor in that fight that makes all of the difference. We'll see
Oh my
whether
god,
or
they're
not
just going to
any
go
more
for the end.
comes from
This is a team
this is
coached
it.
by Tabe. This is what AL feel like maybe they're missing this year, not being with their true general in Tabe, and that might is being flexed right on top of them. JDG, the new home of Tabe, the rookies of these new entries into the league, especially Honkyu coming through into the LPL. It is all about growth, and we see this comeback point and center. A triple kill for Gala and a 2-1 victory at the Tabe Bowl for JDG.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.